That's too late. I'm not saying anything.
What did you just say, Joe?
Dude, I gave you 256 gigs of memory. Record everything.
What are you working on over here?
Record everything.
Yeah.
I'm pulling the baby shaft.
Exactly what you told me to do.
He did not say be in Joe's way. He just said record everything.
Joe, I feel like everything within like a 4-foot radius of you kind of constitutes just in the way.
8-foot Joe?
Bolts. So we're this is a carrier bearing, and so because we have a 2-piece drive shaft, the main shaft comes here, and then there's a yoke here, and it only bolts on right here at the moment. We're actually going to tap here and here and add bracing, because right now it's wobbling like this, and that's going to fail eventually, and you lose your front drive shaft. Most likely you're going to take out your transmission and T-case and many bad things. Do we want to do that one first and then this one? Or do this one first and then mark it and then put the shaft in?
Well, you wanted this in here to measure, so I would do this one first.
What's wrong?
That's the one I told you got all stripped out. You know, I don't want to use any of that, man. For the price of a U-joint, I don't even want to mess with it.
I'm gonna look up size.
You are supposed to be recording at all times.
No, Alex, don't record everything. There'll be a lot of dead space. Record everything! It's the two totally different voices on my shoulder.
Don't record. Record.
Discussion or?
At the moment, it's a discussion. All right.
What would you rather be listening to, Joe?
So that did have red thread locker on it. Unfortunately,
This is weird.
I don't think it grabbed in the right spot. I think because it's vertical, it all ran back down.
3/8 by 24 is a 2164 spindle. You're doing a good job, Joe. There you go. Good job. Did we, by chance, make sure that that skid is not touching the drive shaft at all? I don't think it is.
The skid?
Those tabs for the bolts.
Down here?
Yeah.
See, again, red thread locker, but I think because it was vertical, it just didn't grab in the right spot.
There.
Oh, look, it's out.
So we can mark it. So, carrier bearing, second shaft, and then this attaches to the main drive shaft that goes down to the axle.
Don't forget that right there when you're doing stuff. It's already got a... So you can't set it on the very top.
No, I was going to go like right here on each side. I got this. Love this stuff.
A promotional video now?
Hey, 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 hey! Damn it!
What?
What's that smell like?
It smells delightful. Put both in, just finger tight. Are these too long by chance? No. Oh, that's a really big hole. Should we have longer? So what else we got on this list here? Actually, not bad. Some minor stuff. We're going to revalve the rear shocks. The main thing tonight is the carrier bearing. You're doing a good job. So nice to have a cameraman. I can get work done now.
That's right. When Daniel had the camera, I couldn't expect Daniel to do everything useful.
That is a fact. I need a Sharpie. I don't know what you just said. It sounded like Homo was having a seizure. So now the question is, how do we want to do this?
I don't know. I did it apart.
Joe, come here for a second. What's that?
I said, I pulled it out. You figure out the problem while I mock the seats up.
So, do you think if we have a plate that comes from here up and then we have a hole in the plate below this so you can still access just fine, but if there's a plate that comes up here and bolts in there, that'll be strong enough? It obviously would have some sideways bracing down this way, but it would be in such a way that it'd have a hole to access this just like we do now. But if you have this way, it can't pull it over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's not running into the exhaust. I really don't know if I want anything up here. It's just already so tight between here and here.
Okay, I got it in my head.
All right, fine.
I think I got this. I just gotta cut something out. The other thing too, I was wondering, with the engine placement, should we move them back at all? Because now, I think I want to bring the engine back.
Well, no, you can't. The only problem with bringing the engine back, you want to avoid having the oil pan directly over top of that.
That's fine. That's where it goes.
You want the oil pan directly over top of that? Mm-hmm. So the only way to ever drop that oil pan is to completely pull the engine out of the vehicle.
Just 2 bolts lift the front end up. It's not hard. You got basically the back of the engine now right here. So that's gonna be a little close.
I don't know that you really want to move the seats because then you're going to start running into like the radiator and stuff right here.
It's fine. We'll have to notch this section a little bit for the drive shaft because 32 inches is going to put it like right. So we use the brackets to mock up the seats. We'll determine the final mock up once we get everything done. And we'll most likely just do a CNC cut plate coming off the bottom of the cage there all the way down. But for now, the brackets, they bolt into the factory, well, where the seat's made, and gives us the ability to kind of mock it all up so we can start building the cage around it.
Alex, what hole do I have that back one in?
Middle.
It is. We've got to clean this thing. It's been a good table for us, just losing slack. We cut so much out of it. It needs to be cleaned, sealed, and filled back with water. Measure. That's in there. And down to there. You need. Let's go with a 10-inch. That's.
I'm just trying to figure out what to attach it to because I'm afraid putting it here is just not going to do it. That's why I was thinking like you had a zip tie. Like, why not?
Zip tie it up with a piece of tape or something.
See, I was thinking zip tie it to the bracket.
That's fine. Still make it too complicated.
Yeah, I was trying to also avoid that too.
All right, got to cut out, going to drill some holes and bend it. We're going to do a bump bend so it bumps around the radius of the carrier bearing. Drill some holes and then we'll see where it all lines up.
What is this, Daniel?
This is a press brake. I'm doing small brakes, commonly referred to as bump press, bump brake, I don't know. But it gives you a round radius once you're done. We're working our way around so that that's flat, and this is going to wrap around like that.
We don't.
The interesting thing is with this girth thing there, the bolt's going to push up against it, and it's going to put pressure that's going to act as a locking mechanism to help keep these bolts locked.
Yeah, what he said. Or what you said.
So we now have the hood back to bare metal.
So now your next job is we got to design the vent system for this.
Oh, yes, it's warm. Perfect.
Ew.
Dude, it's a good hand warmer here. Try it out.
I'm not touching
I don't know about this.
cut basically right there.
And that's what I just said.
So once you draw it out,
So,
How about 2 distinct vents?
you can cut it. Hold on. Look at how much mesh we have first. That can play a factor to how big they are.
So what's the project plan for this?
When we were at Hammers, we were building up a lot of heat in the engine bay, and with the fact that we're running a supercharger, we need to get that heat out. So we're cutting a lot of vents in the panels and the hoods, putting them with mesh. Joe's going to root them on, so now that heat has an area to escape and help with our intake air temperatures.
cut this here and here.
Okay. Basically what we're doing now that we have it wrapped around the carrier bearing, I built a bracket and I'm forming it a specific way that's going to brace and weld inside there, but it's not going to be in the way of the bottom bolts, so it'll add all the lateral support we need without restricting us from putting the bolts in the bottom. So after 2 bends, a little contouring, and a few things. I think we're good to go. Right there. And now it gives us access to get these bolts, but we have the lateral support, and that'll be permanently part of it.
What'd you do to it, Joe?
I made it. That's what I did to it.
What's that?
He said, what did I do to it? I said, I made it.
Where you going, Joe?
Time to go home.
Good night, Joe.
Good night.
Vulcan, a year and a half later, still working great. Actually took it out to the desert with us and did some flux core with it. It's working good. Not a single issue. Hundreds and hundreds, if not 1,000 pound of wire through it. Hi, you're back. All right, so got the bracket formed the way we want. Got it welded. And then we have to weld it into the chassis. We're gonna do that tomorrow. I gotta clean out a bunch of dirt and stuff in there. I don't wanna do that tonight. So we're gonna do one last test fit. That should be it. So what we did, we created a brace for this that is now going to sit in, and it's going to add, so this can't twist that way like it did before. So we're gonna get that cleaned up tomorrow, finish getting it burned in, and put it all back together. All right, tonight we talked about the new projects we got going down. We got some vents put in the hood. We're gonna get some vents put in the sides. Got the seats mocked up and the bouncer. We're gonna start doing some tubing on that. Carrier bracket done. Got a few things figured out under the dash, tidied up with some wiring. Past that, it's been a very productive day. Thanks for joining us on another adventure here at the Team Olympus shop. We got a lot of cool things going on. If you want to follow the builds, make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notifications when we upload new videos. We're going to title each video by the build so that you can follow them individually if you want. But other than that, we're out for tonight. We'll see you next time.